Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Welcome to nwAno. Have you heard the saying that age is just a number? Whenever you wake up is your morning. So many politicians are putting a lot of work to get to where they are. Some of them, they will tell you that they've put in a lot of work to get to where they are today. Some of them started when they were young. Some are privileged. They started very early and they worked their way up to where they are today. And to some, the pinnacle of their career is to be the number one in their country, either as a president or a prime minister. Or how they get there, or the route they will get there, is left with them. Some would get there at 47, like Barack Obama, or 78, like Joe Biden, the current president of America. But all that matters is the legacy they will leave behind when they leave office. That's all that matters. The age they get to there, the age they get to be the president, the age they get to be the prime minister, to them doesn't matter. The route they get to there, the route they get to become the number one man or the powerful man in the country is left with them. The only thing they want to do is what? They just want to be in that office. They want to take that seat. They want to be what? President. They want to be what? Prime Minister. Understand? That is the way it is. And if it's the first time you're joining us, it's the first time you're coming across nwAno, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on nwAno on Facebook, on nwAno_JJ on Twitter. And we are live on those platforms at the moment, so you can watch and join us in any of them. So the question is this: why do Africans love aging leaders? Why do Africans love aging leaders? Why? You see, most of their leaders is over 60 years, 65, 70, 75, some of them 78 above. Why do they love aging leaders? You can argue that it's not just Africa. It's not just Africa that produces aging leaders. You can argue that. It's your right to do that. You can argue. It's not just only Africa that produces aging leaders. You can just look at America, just for instance. Look at America, the so-called free world, where they've elected consecutively leaders that are over 65. Donald Trump was 70 years when he was elected. Even the current president, Joe Biden, when he was in office, he was 78. So if you compare that, you understand that it's not only something that is related to Africa. You understand? So that means if they can produce leaders that are over 65, apparently that's supposed to be retired, that's still there, governing, leading. So why can't Africa do the same? If that is your argument, you're right. Why can't Africa do the same? So when someone is pointing fingers, saying that Africa are producing aging or old leaders, you can direct them and let them know that it's not only Africa, America doing the same. But when you look at Africa and its leaders, you can see that you can see why people are concerned with the age of the leaders. You can see that when you check the average age of African leaders, it's around 78. It looks like Africans are known for producing aging leaders that are over 60, producing leaders that are over 60 years. When you consider the retirement age of most African countries, most of them is 60 years. So retirement, if you're in the office or if you're working for any government organization, 60 years, you're supposed to retire. So now you can understand where people are pointing finger, where people are concerned, why Africans, why they love aging leaders. So if the retirement age of most African countries is 60 years, so why are they producing leaders that are over 60, 70? They're supposed to be retired at least and encourage what? The younger generation. They just make pave ways for the younger politicians to take over. You understand that is the problem. That's why people are concerned. When you check the average age, it's 78. 78 is a lot. It looks like Africans are known for producing what? Aging. You understand? So if you look at that and you see that some of them have been in the office for over 2 decades, way into their 80s, over 2 decades, some of them been in the office 20 years, over 20 years, then you start wondering why it's hard for them. Why is hard? It's hard for them to do what? To know when to quit. It's hard for them to know when to do what? To quit. It's hard for them to know when to give up. Why is it hard for them to do it? At least to make ways in it. To encourage the younger politicians to get me. So why do Africans love aging leaders? That is what we discuss in this evening. Call me and join the program. Understand why do Africans love aging leaders? Some of them are over 65. Like I said earlier, considering that 60 years is a retirement age for most African countries. 60 is a retirement age for most African countries. 60. When you get to 60, you're packing your bag, you're getting ready to retire, to go back to the village and relax and start doing what? Eating all that you've acquired. Your children, your grandchildren to take care of you because you're retired. So when you start getting to that 60 years of age, you're getting ready to do what? To retire. Because of what? Majority of African countries, 60 years is their retirement. So why are they producing leaders? The average age of those leaders are 78 years, while people that are in the office are retiring 60. Leaders, politicians, some of them are way into their what? 78, 80, 70 years, 75. They are still contesting. They still want to go into, they still want to be number one. They still want to be president, or they still want to be prime minister. While others are getting what? Retiring. They want to be there. Why? Why do they want to do that? Why are they doing that? So why do Africans love aging ladies? At the beginning, I said that it's not only related to Africa. You can say that America at the moment, consecutively, they produce leaders that are what? Over 65 years. Donald Trump, for example, was over 65 when he took office. I think it was 70 years. Biden, who is the current president of America, was 78 when he took office. So if you compare that, you know that it's not only Africa alone. This is related to. But Africa, if you put Africa together, average is about 78. That's the age of the leaders. You understand? And most of them, they're supposed to retire at 60, considering that it's 60. 60 years is when most African countries were supposed to retire. So why? Why are they still contesting? Why are they still want to be in that post? They want to be number one. That's what we're discussing this evening. And the line is open. I would like you to call me. I would like to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you're thinking. And I want to hear your views. The number is on the screen. I would like you to call me. Okay. So like I was saying, the question again you have to ask is this. Most times when people say that, you can say, why are the younger generations, why are young politicians, they are not giving them chance to, to be in office or to contest and something like that? Why not giving them chance? It's only the older ones, those that are over 65 years every time. They are the ones being leaders. They are the ones being in the office, something like that. And the question you have to ask is this: are the younger generations really buying into politics? Are they really buying into politics? You understand? Are they really buying? I remember in those days back in those days in school, one of the courses we took was political science. And the lecturer was trying to let us understand that some politicians, they see politics as a dirty game. They see politics as a dirty game. That for you to succeed in it, you need to play dirty. And at that time, I didn't understand it. It didn't sound right to me. And it didn't sound right to me now either. I don't really understand it. That you need to play dirty to be politics. And still wondering why. Because if you are into politics, I think what you are there to do is to make change, is to, if you go into office, is for you to do what? To lead and make life easier and make life better for the people that you're leading, for your citizens, to make things easier for them. You understand? That is most of the aim of most politicians. That's why they want to be in the office, to make an impact in the society, to make an impact in people's life, to change the narrative, to change things. So when some people are thinking and then believing that to be in politics, you need to know how to play dirty. Like I said, I still don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me at all until now. Understand? So those days, you're still young, and I was hearing that. I didn't understand it. I was thinking to myself, why? How can you? And if we start looking and start thinking about what playing dirty in politics means, you'll be discouraged to pursue that career. You'll be discouraged to go through that route. And that is most of the things that happen in Africa. So you can see that some of the young mind, when they think about that, they don't get it. You understand? So when you talk about dirty politics in Africa, it means a lot of things. As a young mind, as a young man, you might have pursue politics. When you see what these old politicians they are doing to get into power, when you look at the way and things that they are doing to get into power, it will discourage you big time. It will make you not to even like to put more interest into it. You understand? It would scare the hell out of you to the extent that they want to make sure that they hold onto power. What they will do to get into power and what they will do to make sure that they hold onto that power. Understand? It's not pretty at all. And that's what they meant about playing dirty. They can do a lot of things just to make sure that they get into the office. And when you get there, then they will have to do what again? Find ways to hold on to that power, to hold on to that seat so strong. And some of them, in order to hold power, in order not to, leave or just, let's just put it that way. Let me just come out straight. When they're in the office, some of the things they do, some lapses, there are some things they would, which after maybe they're in the office for 4 years or 8 years, when they will leave off, the next person that will come into office will do what? They would like to probe sometimes, isn't it? So for that not to happen, what do you think they do? They will try to do what? Find the successor. They will find someone that will not probe them, or that someone that will do what? That will not like to look into all their lapses or look into all their corruptions, all the things that they did in the office. You understand what I mean? And some of them, because of that, you see that they will hold on to that power. They will stay there for 10 years. If you look at some countries now in Africa, there are some of their leaders that are there over 20 years. They don't even call for election. It's not there. So why are they holding on to that power? They're holding on to it so strong because of what? They are scared of the next person that is coming into office. And because of that, they are there holding it. You understand what I mean? So like I said, some of them have been in politics for over 40 years. Like they said, if you listen to some of the politicians, they will say to you that age, experience comes what? With age. Okay? So like they said, it comes with experience. As you're getting old in politics, when you get to 60, 65, 70, that they had a lot of experience. And that experience, do what? They believe that they will use that experience to do what? To lead. Do you get me? And that is what has been killing Africa anyway. Because when you get into 80, 70, 65, when you're supposed to retire, when you're supposed to rest, because when you're young age, 35, 40, when you're in your prime, 45, 50, you're in your prime, you're active, you're vibrant, your brain thinks, work so hard, you can walk faster, you can do a lot of things. That time, using the opportunity to acquire money, do other things. Do you understand what I mean? Make enemies or make friends, whatever you want to do in politics, play your dirty games and all that. So when you're supposed to retire at 60, 65, it's when you come into office, your brain is getting tired, your body system is getting tired, you cannot work properly, some of them, and that's when they want to come and do what? They want to come and start leading, and it's failing a lot of them. It's failing a lot. They cannot function properly, they cannot function well. That is the problem. You must have heard when they refer to a younger politician, when they're talking about younger politicians, those that are 40 years, 45, 50, they will refer to them as naive and inexperienced. They refer to them what? As naive and inexperienced. That they are still young, they are naive, they don't know what they are looking for, they don't know what they are coming to do, that they're supposed to have experience. And when they're talking about that they are naive and they are inexperienced, they are referring to them as if they are telling them that they're supposed to do what? Get old. They're supposed to get to 60, 65 before they come in to talk to them, to become, a top politician, before they will start listening to them, that they have to have experience. And you start wondering, what are they talking about? That they are naive and inexperienced. I know you've heard that. When some politicians are referring to some of their colleagues that are 45, 40, some of them that are 38, that they want to contest, that want to be, they're coming for presidency, they're calling them naive and inexperienced. You understand? And I don't know how you think about that, how you see that when they say something like that. They look at their colleague that is 45 years old, 50 years old, 38 years old, vibrant. This person is energetic. He's fresh. He wants to make a change. He wants to make an impact. They will refer to that person as what? Naive and what? Inexperienced. And that is one of the reasons they give to condemn any young vibrant aspirant, any vibrant aspirant politician that wants to come and make an impact. They will see them as a threat, and they will use that to do what? To condemn you straight away, tell you that you are inexperienced and you are naive. Why do Africans love aging politicians, aging leaders? Why did they love them to lead them? Why? Considering that most African countries, 60 years is the retirement age. There's a reason why they put that retirement age as 60 years retirement. Do you understand? Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to
Can you
nwAno.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and welcome to
Evening.
nwAno. Yeah. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
What we're discussing.
So I love the topic you presented today.
Okay. What do
Go on.
you have to say? Like, why do Africans
Yeah.
love aging politicians, aging leaders? That's what we're discussing this evening.
Yeah. The topic is based on individual or key reasoning on that I am from Nigeria. So let me use Nigeria as a case study.
Okay.
It's not as if we like the aged because some of them they are imposing all these things on us. Understand?
Okay.
So none of us, to me, let me use myself as a case study. I don't like it because enough is enough. All aged people, they feel is their birthright. They experience, and they do not believe that word that says what is constant is change. Understand? So all these things they are doing, they do it. It's like they have a clique. Almost in African countries, I don't believe that we have a president 50 years. True of us.
Don't believe that you have what?
They have given that room for somebody of 50 years old or 50 below.
Yeah.
I don't think they have given a room for that.
Yes, but
they believe.
go on.
Come on.
Go on, listen.
So to me, the issue, we don't like it. I personally, I don't like it. We believe in change. That's why they feel that that place is their personal seat or their national cake. They don't allow another person to sit. That's why they go to a length during the campaign or during the election. They go to extra mile to fix themselves there. They feel it's their personal right, which is not. You see somebody, we give you that opportunity of 4 years. After 4 years, that person to continue, but you want to go again. After some of them wants to make that place a life sitting, they want to make themselves a life sitting president or a life sitting governor, which is not proper. You should allow the younger age. Now we are in the jet age now. You should allow the younger ones to come in so that they share ideas. Anybody that is doing a business, you come up with your analysis, check, do your balance and checking. Know whether you are progressing or you are not progressing. All those places you have labs, you try to amend.
Your line
But
is
all these people, they are not doing or leave legacy. Hello?
yeah. Okay, your line was shaking a bit. Go on, I can hear you.
Okay, standing over here.
Okay.
So none of them wants to leave a legacy, a good legacy. Rather, none of them wants to go there and touch the masses, impart something to the masses. Rather, they want to go there and loot. Some of them, I say some of them. I can't see the reason why you are above 80 years. He wants to govern a country. How can you stand it?
Considering that the retirement age most African countries is 60 years, and
60 years, they are not implementing it.
And
you see somebody that retired from civil service, he wants to come and govern or want to rule. All this thing, to me, we Africans or we Nigeria, we don't like it. It's due to their propaganda and all this their way of act, this their clique of a thing. They want to look at somebody that is above age, above the working service. He wants to come, and let's assume they will not stay there for that 4 years. Then they want to add another more 4 years. The ones you govern, it didn't account proper for it. They are taking the masses for granted. So I love that. I love this topic you brought in now. We youth and above 50s, we don't concur with what they are doing.
Okay.
It's not yeah.
Okay. That's something I want. Like they said, there's a reason why they put in a retirement. To me, to my knowledge, I know that when they say retirement is something that you retire. You need to go, for example, in Africa.
Yes.
In Africa, they assume that when you retire, you need to go to your village and relax.
Yeah.
And start eating all the money that you have acquired when you are young. And allow your younger or your grandchildren to take care of you. You know what I mean? Just like, you relax and enjoy.
Yeah.
And then some of them that are like 65, 70, 78, they're still coming to rule when they're supposed to be retired. I don't get that.
Yes.
I don't really get.
See, the problem we are having in them. None of them wants to make any good positive impact. That is the problem. None of them wants to make any good positive impact because of their selfish interest. I don't see the reason why. Or when you are retired from your acting service, you go for retirement. You're supposed to be a stakeholder. People will come and seek advices from you. Understand? But most of them, they want to sit on that throne giving ideas, and they are not even looking at it whether the advices or the rules or the laws they are bringing balance or is suitable for the mass. To me, they feel that they don't see anybody. You understand? So in a nutshell, I thank God you brought in this topic. I wish the masses or the youth now will look into it. Look at now in our present we have a young youth that is coming out for president, but people are sidelining it. They don't want him to come on because they feel that they have cabal, feel that they hold the power, they hold the authority, they hold the money, they hold everything. That's the problem. They don't want change. So it's not encouraging. How wish the youth will come up now? Now we pull down the force or the stronghold that is holding all these things, so that we need a change. Okay. We need a change, brother.
Just one more thing I want to ask you. When someone pointed out, I said to you that it's not only in Africa. For example, you're using Nigeria as an example, right? And they will say to you, what
Yeah, yeah.
they will say to you, look at look at America. America, like they consecutively, they produce aged presidents. They produce aged leaders. Donald Trump was 70 years when he wasn't elected, and Biden was 78 when he took office. So what were you gonna say? Because if you look at that, you see that these people, they are old as well. They are over 65 years old.
That yeah,
So what can you say about that?
yeah. That place, what I would say is where the democracy is working. That place is where you have the freedom of speech, where you have that franchise to express. In America, if you are the president after your tenure, if you didn't govern well, if you didn't give any legacy, if you have any bad record, when you come down, they will arrest you. True or false?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
will face the you
they,
face the
they will.
you face
Mhm,
whatever charges they give you.
mhm,
But in Africa, none of the past presidents will do such. Rather, they feel that after the president, they will give you security. There are some incentives they will give you to protect you
mhm.
as because of your S. They call you S president or S this thing. That means you are above the law. But in America, nobody is above the law. That's why you see them progressing. But in Africa, they feel that some people are above the law. That's why we have the problem. So it's what I want to say there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution.
you're welcome. Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Okay. The line is free. You can call me. The line is free. I would like to hear from you as well. I would like to hear your thoughts. Why do Africans love aging leave? Considering that the average age of retirement in African countries, most African countries, is 60 years. And then you look at the average age of the leaders. When you check about the average age of leaders, is around 77, 78 years. 78. That's a lot of gap where they expect you to retire at 60. The leaders that are making the laws, they are staying, most of them are like, the average age of them is around 78, 77, 75. Why? Then someone asking that, why do Africans love aging leaders? Why do they do that? Why? When you look at the younger aspirants, younger politicians, vibrant politicians that want to come in to make an impact, they look at the older ones, they look at him as if maybe they look at them as what? Inexperienced and naive. They will tell them that they are not fit. They are not capable to be on that seat. They're not supposed to be there. They're supposed to have experience. And how would they have experience? How will I have experience if you don't give me a chance? They have to give others chance for them to have experience. You understand what I mean? If you don't give someone a chance, how would the person have experience? It's just the same thing like work. You're looking for a job. You finish university and come out. You want to go and look for a job. You send out your CV and everything. Then they look at your CV. They look at it. Then the interviewer will just say to you that I'm sorry, we can't give you this job. You have all the qualifications, you have everything that we're looking for, but we can't give it to you because you don't have any experience. How do they expect you to have experience if they will not give you the chance to work to have experience? The same thing is happening in politics. When they said to the younger that they are naive and they don't give them a chance, how would they get experience? How would they have the experience? How would they get that experience? You know what I mean? The line is open. I would like you to call me. I would like to hear your own thoughts. Why do Africans love aging leaders? The gentleman that left just called now. He pointed out that most of the leaders were imposed on them. And most of them were imposed on them. They were imposed on them. You understand what I mean? And if you look at, maybe if you start thinking of how were they imposed, then you can see that some countries, you see that some of them, they rig the elections. During the time of elections, they rig the election. And when they rig the elections, what do you think happens? When they rig the election, that means that's an imposition. They're imposing themselves because that's not what the people, that's not what they want. When they cast their votes, or that they have someone they have in mind that they want to do what they want to rule them. But when they once already there, they rig the election. That's imposition. They will impose themselves on the people. And that's what he was referring to, that they impose themselves on them. Do you understand what I mean? Sometimes it's through military coup. Some countries, you can see that military will take over. There'll be coup and they will take over and they start ruling. And when they are there, sometimes they do what? They appoint their own person. They appoint their what? Their own clique. You mentioned about clique as well, that they have cliques. You can refer to that as elites. So then they put their own person there. The person will do what? Really. You get me? So he was saying that they do what? Impose those people on them. That most of them were not their choice. And I made mention that when some of them, they get to office because of how bad or how ineffective they were in office, they will do everything possible to keep hold of that seat. You understand? They want to be there because they're afraid of the next person that is coming. They're afraid of what? Their successor. They're afraid because of what? They don't want them to impeach them. They don't want to go to prison. They don't want any problem. Don't want. Do you understand what I mean? They don't want that person. So what do? They always look for someone that's gonna like be lenient to them. Someone that they know, someone that in the same clique with them that will do what? That they will not look into their flaws or things they did, their performances and all that. You understand what I mean? And because of that, you see the same things keep on going and on. Do you understand? That's why it is. So why do Africans love aging lists? That's what we discussed in this evening. The line is still open. Free. You can call me. The number is on the screen. I would like to hear you, what you have to say. I would like to hear what you say. When it's time for some of them to go, the office after 4, 8 years, some 13 years, 15 years, depends on some of the countries. They're there. When it's time for them to go, like I said, for them now to find a successor who would forgive them of their failings, forgive them of what? Their excesses, all the problems they had, the corruptions in the office, everything. You get me? That's what the problem is. When they finish their tenure, to find their successor, always the problem. It's always the problem. Because if you look at politics, if you hear some things they say in politics, they say to you that there's no forgiveness in politics. There's no forgiveness in politics. So the next person after you, your successor, will determine how you live. Some of them, if you look at history, you will hear that when you finish, some people, when they finish office, they come out. The next person will do what? They put them in prison. They'll take them and put them in prison for one problem or the other because of some corruptions or some things. You know what I mean? So because of that, it's difficult. When they're in the office, their successor, they're always looking over their shoulder. And that's what brings what? Sometimes it brings a lot of corruption, bring problems. You understand what I mean? So because they prefer to do it, they would prefer to stay there as long as possible. They'll stay there and hold on to power. They hold on to power. Look at some countries, you see what I'm talking about. You look at some countries, you know what I'm talking about. They are there. They hold on to power as if it's their birthright. They will stay there and they want to die on that seat because of what? They're afraid of their successor. They're afraid. When you see some young, vibrant politicians, like I said that when back in school, I remember those days. In one of our courses, the lecturer was trying to let us know. Was telling us about politics. And he was letting us know that some politicians, they believe that politics, you have to find ways, you have to know how to play dirty. He used that word dirty. Understand that you need to find ways to play dirty in order for you to survive in politics. In order for you to do what? To have that longevity in politics, you need to know how to find ways, know how to play dirty. You understand? And even that time, I didn't get it. And up till now, I don't get it. I don't really understand what. Because how are you going to play dirty? Because thinking about politics, many people that are going into politics, they are going into politics to make change, to bring change, right? To make an impact in the society. You get me? To bring development, to bring progression. So if someone that wants to come and make an impact, someone that wants to bring progress, someone that wants to change the life of their citizens, and that person's mind, he has dirty mindset. He just believes that for him to get to that seat, he has to has to play dirty. And what do you mean by playing dirty? That dirty is dirty. I don't know what it means. So the way they play their dirty games and all that, it didn't sound right to me, and it hasn't till today. It sound right to me. I don't understand it. So understand. So how would that person get to the office when he have that dirty mindset? So how are you going to make an impact? How are you going to change? How are you going to bring progress to your nation? How are you going to elevate people from poverty? How are you going to do that if you have a dirty mindset, or if you believe that politics is all about dirty games? So in what way will you do that? In what way will you, curtail corruption? In what way will you, bring progress, to that nation? You find out that if you're looking at the probability for you to achieve that is zero. So that's why I don't get it. Up till now, I don't get it. I don't really understand. You understand? And that is most of them, that's the mindset. They can do anything just to do what? To hold on to power. They can do anything to get to that post, while it's not supposed to be like. It's supposed to be when you leave office, your legacy is what people are going to lose. It's what people will point in. If you want to leave office, people will be crying because they need more of you. They want someone like you more. And you're supposed to do what? Produce more of you. Many people that will be like you to move that country forward. But when your mindset is dirty is all corruption. The nation will never go anywhere. There won't be any progress. Why are politicians, even after when they retire from their office, they retire from their civil service, or they retire from the companies, now they want to go into politics at the age of 65, 70, 72, 78, some of them 80. Why are they coming? What are they coming there to do? Why are they supposed to be retiring? They're supposed to enjoy their retirement. They're supposed to be at home, enjoying their young and their grandchildren. So why are they coming to rule, to lead? And what impact would they even, what would they bring? What would they bring? Because when through that their age, the youth age, when they are vibrant, when they were, when they have that zeal, they have that mindset to make impact, to make change. They were not there. Some of them, I know they will say that, yes, they weren't given chance. They weren't given chance. I know that. If you weren't given chance, allow others. Let young mindsets come in. Let them come in and make an impact. Let them come in and make an impact. That's my own view. Let mindset, those that are vibrant, young, hungry, they want to make an impact. They want to bring change. They want to bring development. They want to bring progress to their society, to their nation. Give them chance. Let them come in there. Let them come and bring progress to that nation. Understand? That's my own view. I don't know about you. What do you think? The line is open. Call me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Understand? So, do you think the Africans love aging leaders? What do you think? Do you think the Africans love aging leaders? You understand? If you look at the answer based on what the caller said, if you look at the answer is that some of them were imposed on them through rigged election. Some of them were imposed through military coup. And some of them, when they get in there, due to their poor performance, when it's time for them to go, now for them to find a successor who would forgive them of their excesses, who will forgive them of their failings in the office, which would not be easy, because for them to find out a person that will think about all the excesses, all the corruptions, all the failings, all the problems that they brought when during the time they were in the office, it's difficult for them. So because of that, what did they do? They will do what? They will hold on to power. They will hold on to power, all costs. They will hold on to power. You get me? That is a problem. They will hold on to power. You get me? So it's like I said, Africa, they still have a long way to go. Africa, they're learning every day, and due to social media, I think a lot of change will come into Africa. A lot of younger ones, young generations, they are more about politics. They're looking into politics. Some of them are getting interest in politics. Understand? They are knowing what's happening, and there is a change around the corner. They're having that mindset. They're having that positive mindset, which is what every nation, society, for their youth, the younger generation, to have that mindset of what? Progress, change. You understand? Progress, change. When the youth of any nation have that mindset of progress, change, understand, they will bring, and they will make their voices heard. They will let their leaders know that they know what is happening, because they would like to hear their voices. They would like to hear. You know what I mean? And that is what is happening in Africa. Most places in Africa now, because of social media, because of enlightenment, things that are happening, they are knowing what is happening around them. And that is what is happening now. If you look around you, you can see that many of them are waking up, and they don't want to accept any mediocrity, and they want the best for themselves. And that is a good thing, Stan. So if you're with us to this time, I will say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming across nwAno. Thank you for staying with us to this time. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to be on nwAno on YouTube, right? And then don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us as well on Facebook, nwAno_JJ on Twitter.